We have massive opportunities now that we're actually materializing into projects, into partnerships with local partners as well as state partners and partnerships among other tribes. So our economic development is really surrounding the support of the communities. And we have a number of projects that demonstrate that, from the city of Tulsa all the way through our rural communities throughout the southern portions of our reservation. But the economic impact that we have here basically supplies the demand and the growth that we're charting south. And so there's a huge involvement here in the city of Tulsa in partnership. And we're hopefully in the beginning stages of a TIF negotiation of the city of Tulsa for the low water dam project in South Tulsa, tied to much bigger projects beyond that. But we're talking energy, we're talking economic development, we're talking erosion mitigation, we're talking responding to all of the economic realities of South Tulsa in one fell swoop, but through a myriad of partnerships and collaborations. So that's how we do it. It's Cookie Nation. It's truly for our communities. And we know that when the community is striving, the nation, that must mean the nation is striving as well. The nation is also involved in internet technologies projects, similar to what Mr. Crum mentioned, that the Osage Nation is engaged with, and I know Cherokee Nation also has a large award that they're implementing throughout the reservation. We've applied and we're hoping to receive a very large award of our own. And to that end, we have probably a project portfolio in excess of $75 million for internet technologies projects. But then beyond that, we have another portfolio of energy, purely energy projects in excess of $100 million. One of the most important and exciting projects, though, of the energy side is a substation project in South Tulsa that we've been working with PSO for quite some time now to design and execute the engineering on it so that we can start looking to the funding mechanisms of it internally and to essentially enhance the infrastructure, energy infrastructure grid of the southern portion of the city of Tulsa. And that really frees up all of the pending development in South Tulsa, including the Lower Dam, the Outlet Mall, and all of the developments along the river on the James and the Tulsa side. And so resolving that energy situation is of the utmost importance, and we're happy to do so. The other area I would say is we also participated in the state water match program. The 5 tribes contributed a number of ARPA funds that were matched by the state, which are then deployed throughout each of our reservations respectively for different water projects. Beyond that, I know the nation is looking at funding a number of ARPA water-related projects under the American Rescue Plan Act for the duration of the eligibility period, knowing that there is far more water projects and road infrastructure projects and all those things besides than there is actual funding available right now. So we're trying to analyze the areas of greatest need and address them. One of the other areas that I know tribes have particular interest in is criminal jurisdiction and the application of TAC and UAS, unmanned aerial services, to address a lot of ongoing needs about monitoring and even LiDAR scanning and whatnot of the terrain. And so that's one of the areas that the nation is interested in because of the GERD in particular. Our jurisdiction has increased, of course, more than it was before 2020. And so utilizing technology like UAS as well as other forms of tech for cybersecurity measures is a big interest of the nation right now, but we're also looking into the business component of that, whereas the manufacturing as well as, I guess, direct testing of it is largely practiced by some of our peer tribes here in the region. So there's no need for us to get involved in that, but instead looking at how those technologies can be applied to government services is kind of where we're more interested in. And the second part is workforce development. As we all know, the sciences within tribal and people of color communities are often lower in terms of participation and graduation rates. So anything that we can do to support the increase of those, or reduce the barriers for those students to success is a high priority of ours, and that means working with local colleges and universities. I know today the Cherokee Nation and some of the other tribes, possibly Choctaw and Chickasaw, have partnerships ongoing with Oklahoma State University related to STEM and other sciences, and I know that we're following suit both currently and in the future.
For the Muskogee Nation, culture is our foundation. We wouldn't be who we are without our culture, without our language. We maintain our traditional ways of life, our churches, and we have great pride and have longevity in maintaining that culture identity, which is critical to moving forward. And so our mission is really to try to preserve, protect, but also to promote and help the next generation to keep moving forward in these ways. I'm in a new position that just started in February. It's a cabinet level position where there's a cultural person at the executive table when decisions are being made. This is really important because we've had language programs, cultural programs, museums all operating separately, collaboratively at times, but with this new Secretary of Culture and Humanities is to really bring all those programs together and start strategically planning our next steps, which we hope to include a language immersion school and also our own cultural center and museum that we have been planning for a long time. There's been several attempts, but I'm hoping that this time around we're going to actually see the design get built. And maybe it will be in Tulsa. Well, who knows? There's a lot of things upcoming in terms of that, but we also have a welcome center that we're planning on having, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But for right now, it's really bringing these programs together, trying to create more opportunities for our communities and our citizens to engage, and also to support our fluent speakers and to support those culture bearers and knowledge bearers as a tribal government to provide those services the best of our ability. How can you all help us? Understand the history. Everybody who lives south of Admiral Street or works south of Admiral is probably on a Muskogee allotment. We can tell you who lived there. We can help you develop land acknowledgement. We can help you tell our history and our stories of these lands. So I think that that's one small step, is to understand the history of these lands as an organization, as a business, to reach out and to start collaborating more. There's a lot of opportunities to partner with us. We're seeing the most growth in our nation we've ever seen at this time. So our hands are out ready to meet new people and to build partnerships with everybody, because we do feel it's important that our voice is a part of the decisions that are made in our communities, but also that our history is told accurately. If you're learning our history from a book, most likely it wasn't written by us. And so it's important for you to reach out to the nation directly, and we can help put you in touch with the right people.
Thank you.